I see a gentleman acting nervously and kind of walking too close to a woman. Just it's that simple. He was walking too close to her. And his reaction was to start shaking like a leaf. So I automatically knew he was doing something that he wasn't supposed to be doing. So I made him open his phone.
If you did that, shout out to you, because you didn't have to do that. He could have potentially put himself in harm's way. Like, I'm gonna give him all the flowers, all due respect. I'm with you.
Not only watch your surroundings, but be aware of what you wear. Not to be controlling or disrespectful, but
So you're victim blaming. Men are so programmed to blame women. Men are so programmed to blame women that a man could like recognize something as crazy in another man and be like, "Oh, that's a terrible behavior that this man is exhibiting," and still turn around and address women. Like, somehow, some way, we still need to have a conversation with women, even though this terrible thing that is happening is 100% the fault of this man. It I'm exhausted. I don't know what else to say. This needs to stop. Like, I tell men all the time, stop giving women advice. They don't need it. They don't need you to tell them anything. You do not understand anything of what it's like to be a woman better than a woman does. You don't. There's no advice you can give them. The only thing you can do for women, this is what men are supposed to do. The men that are like fighting the good fight, quote unquote. This is the only thing that the men can do that will help the women, right? And it's not advice. The only thing you can do beyond helping other men, I'm saying, but for women, you can validate women's experiences. You can tell them they're not crazy. I don't care what your boyfriend told you. I don't care what your dad told you. I don't care what some crazy dude on the train told you. I don't care what your husband told you. I don't care what your son told you. You're not crazy. What you think about men is actually true. What you think about men is true. The things that like, oh, they just want to sleep with every woman and they don't care about women and da-da-da. Yes, you're right. You're 100% right. Oh, they weaponize incompetence and da-da. You're right. We do. You know what I'm saying? Like, just keep going down the line. Like, yes, you can validate their experiences. That's it. You don't ever need to give them advice, though. There's no PSA for women. None. The only advice, or the only we can pass on information. Like, I do stuff about the government creating laws and stuff like that, because that has nothing to do with being a man or a woman. You may just not know. You know what I'm saying? So you're just doing like a service. Like, all right, cool. This is what I've learned. Let me pass this information on to my community. But as soon as you, as a man, start off anything with like, okay, ladies, PSA, da 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 da. As soon as you say that type of shit, you're dead to me. Like, what are you doing, bro? I don't care what's about to come out of your mouth. No, they don't need to hear it. I promise you. Focus your energy and efforts on talking to men. That's it.
ladies, I want to make a quick public service announcement. This is very, very important. So today, just finished grocery shopping at HEB, and I'm walking down the aisle, and I see a gentleman acting nervously and kind of walking too close to a woman. Just it's that simple. He was walking too close to her. And this woman had very obviously just left the gym. She was dressed in gym attire, sports bra, yoga pants, regular gym attire. And every once in a while, I will come to the grocery store after the gym, sweaty t-shirt, shorts, no difference, just a gender difference. So purely based on his nervousness, I stopped him, true to the stoic man that I tend to be sometimes assertive, I don't know, borderline aggressive. I said to him, "What the fuck are you doing?" And his reaction was to start shaking like a leaf. So I automatically knew he was doing something that he wasn't supposed to be doing. So I made him open his phone. And when he opened his phone, he had several women on several different aisles taking pictures, taking videos of their backsides, sides, too much for me to respect. So I very disrespectfully told him, erase every photo and video off of your phone and make your way to the nearest exit. I just, simple message, ladies, be very careful.
Okay. This is what I'm saying. Okay. So we got through that. And that's cool. If he really did that, that's cool, bro. If you did that, shout out to you. Because you didn't have to do that. He could have potentially put himself in harm's way. Like, I'm going to give him all the flowers, all due respect. I'm with you. Okay. But here's what I'm saying. First of all, you started this off with a PSA to women. I don't know why. But okay, cool. We listened to the story. The story is compelling. I rock with you, right? Now, you've done the thing. You clocked the problematic behavior in the man, right? The next thing you should be talking about is the problematic behavior in the man. Why do you think he did that? Why, you know what I'm saying? Like, what compelled him to do so? Is it because he's objectifying women? Blah, 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 right? Talk about hey, this is why women don't feel safe, yada, yada, yada. I'm with all of that, right? But here you go. And the first thing you said after you get done telling that story, ladies, ladies, what did they do? What the fuck did the woman do?
Your way to the nearest exit. I just, simple message, ladies, be very careful of your surroundings.
Do you think women are not very careful of their surroundings already? Do you think that a man who doesn't have to be very careful of his surroundings understands protection better than a woman does who is constantly checking and making sure that her surroundings are safe? Like, that's one of the funniest things when men talk about being like a bodyguard for a woman. I'm like, you're not, your senses are not as heightened as hers are when you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not like I'm when I walk around in public or whatever with my wife, like I'm definitely my head is on a swivel, and it's not because I'm a man. My head is on a swivel because I got PTSD from growing up in a fucking war zone in the 80s and 90s in gang infested LA. You know what I'm saying? In Long Beach at the height of gang banging. You know what I'm saying? I've been shot at walking down the street, coming back home from playing basketball. I just literally been shot at, just walking down the street like bullet. You hear whoo, like you ain't, you know what I mean? Like you ain't lived until you felt a bullet just whiz past your head in the middle of the fucking day after you just got done playing like 7 games at a park across town, and you're tired and you're not, and you haven't done anything to fucking anybody. Yeah. So yes, my head is on a swivel. Yep. Not as much as my wife's is though, because she's a woman. And I've told stories before about the things that women have experienced. Again, I know a woman that was walking down the street and a man fucking ejaculated on her. I've never experienced anything like that before. I've never experienced that before. That's crazy. So I'm not understanding, why are you trying to act like you have some keen understanding of awareness that women don't. They know better than you or me. They are women. They are literally living this every day. It's a waste of time.
Not to be overly fatherish, but I am a father. And, sometimes in the technologically advanced world we live in, that could be used for creepy behavior. Let's just call it what it is, creepy behavior. So a couple of things. Number one, I always, kind of say to my wife, not only watch your surroundings, but, be aware of what you wear. Not to be controlling or disrespectful, but that's, exhibit A.
So you're victim blaming. Well, and here's a contradiction that I find in what he's saying, right? Because remember this. Remember when he said this?
Close to a woman. Just it's that simple. He was walking too close to her. And this woman had very obviously just left the gym. She was dressed in gym attire, sports bra, yoga pants, regular gym attire. And every once in a while, I will come to the grocery store after the gym, sweaty t-shirt, shorts, no difference, just a gender difference. So you
So when you first started the story, it was just a gender difference. And basically, like, she has a right to come from the gym and wear whatever she wants to wear. And everybody respected that. Now, all of a sudden, it's be aware of what you wear. Huh? I thought the man was the problem here. You see what I'm saying? This is really weird. This is very weird. This is a crazy, I'm not understanding this from him. If he really, that's why I don't be believing y'all. When y'all tell these stories, I'm like, so you had the wherewithal, like you understood all of this before to clock this guy, but now you don't know shit. Now all of a sudden you are that guy. You know what I'm saying? You turned into the creepy guy. First, you protected the woman from the creepy guy. Now you are the creepy guy. That's why it's all men. Because even the best men are the worst. Like, you're terrible. Like, you sound terrible. You're victim blaming. You're not protecting women by having this conversation right now. You're blaming women.
couple of things. Number one, I always, kind of say to my wife, not only watch your surroundings, but, be aware of what you wear. Not, not to be controlling or disrespectful, but that's, exhibit A. Also, not to be like overly negative or like make yourself overly sensitive to negativity, but let's try to be aware that there's creeps out there. And when we leave the gym, we head into the grocery store, maybe we throw a sweater on or something in that regard. And I only say that for your safety. Again, it's just
As if creeps aren't going to creep regardless. As if creeps aren't going to be creeps regardless. Why wouldn't, again, we all know that the onus should be put on the man, the creep, not the woman who is just minding her own fucking business. But he's a father. So you're going to tell your daughters, like, if this happened to your daughter, you're going to be like, so what were you wearing? This is what were you wearing? 101. He has talked, he has talked just as much, if not more, about what women need to do better than about what the creepy behaviors of men and that man in particular. Lord God help us.
important to understand in the world that we live in today. These are the things that are taking place. So I'd rather be aware than be a victim. And to the creeps out there, just know that there's men like me in the world that will choke you in the middle of a grocery store. Just be careful of what you're doing and just go get right with God. Go get right with God. Because I'm telling you, if I catch you, you might get right with God a lot sooner than you would have.
He ends it with the benevolent misogyny, straight to violence. With for the men is get right with God. There's no real plan of action. Like, yo, why do you feel like you can just walk around the store and video record a woman unbeknownst to her? Why do you feel like you can, you know what I'm saying? Like, why, like, that is clearly misogyny. That's clearly that you clearly don't respect women, blah, 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 blah. No, let's ignore all of that and go to I'll kill you. I'll send you to the upper room because I'm such a strong man and I'm so violent. But women also wear a sweater when you come from the gym because it's partially your fault. It's partially your fault. And lastly, I don't know if y'all peep this. He has on the creeper glasses. He has on like the creeper glasses right here. These are the Ray-Ban recorders. I mean, I don't mind these, but I feel like especially men, like any man that's wearing these, I just feel like by default you're a fucking creep. But that could just be me. I mean, it depends on where we're at. You wear them to a concert, you wear them to a sporting event, you wear them to your kids' games. You know what I'm saying? Like stuff like that. I get that, but like just wearing them out in public, I don't know. I don't know because you looked at that woman, so you saw what she. So if you were recording and you just looked at her, you would be recording her too. You see what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. It's a little weird. It's a little, I don't know, little gray area here for you. Like, I don't know. Are you the creep? I don't know. It's weird. You could have made up this whole story. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't put it past me. And men are super weird. And since everything you said after talking about the man was very problematic and very misogynistic, it makes me think quite possibly you just made all of this up for attention or some shit like that. Like, I don't know, but I could be wrong. But yeah, at the end of the day, let's focus on the problematic behaviors of men. Let's leave women the fuck alone. Again, I got to tell y'all, let's leave women the fuck alone. Let's focus on our behavior. Let's focus on the things that we can do better. And let's stop being creeps ourselves. How about that?